Hey all, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to another collective antique store haul. Everything we're going to be looking at today came from 3 different antique stores that I have locally here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first place I visited, I only spent $24.90 walking out with just 5 items. So it's a place where I'm not really able to look things up, I just have to kind of go on instinct. And so I did. So the very first item we're going to be looking at is, yes, I found another one of these Cubist fairy lamps. It was $5.50, and funny enough, it came from a booth. There were 2 of them. One was marked 8 and the other one was marked $5.50. And they had this marked as a Fostoria candle holder. I don't think that this is Fostoria. I think that this is Homco. It is not marked. I've got several of them right now. And yeah, I just thought that that was worth picking up for $5.50. I won't pay more than probably $5 for these, or like $6, because, you know, you don't want to invest too much into stuff, because, you know, trends come and go, and sometimes things fall out of popularity, and some things stay popular. But anyway, so that was the first thing that I got. Now, this Betty Boop piece is not old. I paid only $1 for her. And when I say she's not old, I mean if you look on the bottom here, it's marked 2002 King Features Syndicate, made in China. Again, I bought her on instinct. I do know that Betty Boop stuff can be quite collectible. Of course, you know, the older it is, the better off it is. Actually, at one of the antique malls that's here, and if I remember to, I'll have to snap a photo of it, someone has a really old, like, wooden Betty Boop doll, and they have like $500 on it, which of course is completely out of my price range, but it's really cool to see that somebody has that. Anyway, I believe that this was part of, like, you know, one of the vanity sets or something like that. I will do my research on it. I felt paying only $1 was definitely worth it, so that's why I went ahead and picked it up. And if it's not worth a ton of money, I mean, I don't mind incorporating something like this into my decor. I mean, because look, she's in a bathtub, for goodness sake. She's a flapper girl, and she is just moseying around in a bubble bath. I mean, who doesn't like that? Okay, I think from the same booth I picked this up. It's another one of those Fenton vases, opalescent. I think this one's a little bit darker. This one's almost like a cracked ice, like glacier is probably the better word to describe it, like a glacier blue. It was $6. I felt that that was very much worth it. I'll have to look at my other vase and see if it's the same thing or if it is something different, but I still felt that paying $6 for it was definitely worth the price. He was my most expensive item, but I love him. I mean, just look at him. It's a duck holding a top hat, and he's got a cane beside him. He is marked Japan, so I would say he's probably from maybe the 30s or the 40s. I definitely see Tina, A Vision and Vintage Co. buying something like this. I did pay $8 for it again, and I think he would look great in Halloween vignettes, just because he's so freaking cool. So I really couldn't say no to that, even though that was paying up a little bit, even for me. But I still love him, and, you know, the fairy lamp, I think, will pay for pretty much everything. And the last item that I picked up from this antique mall are these. Look at that. Brand new in the package turkey salt and pepper shakers. These were $2.99. When I saw them sitting on the shelf and I saw the price, I was like, I have to have these, because how often do you find salt and pepper shakers in the original packaging? You just don't. So I will definitely be keeping those, and I'm really excited to have them in my, you know, holiday stuff. Can we talk about how awesome that this light fixture is? This is everything that I picked up at the second antique mall. It's only 2 things. I spent $39.22. This was most of that transaction. So in this mall, there is one booth that's been around forever. They have 50% off practically everything. They have some neat stuff. Some of the prices, even with 50% off, are still a little on the side for me. But I saw this piece and I fell in love with it. And it's really cool. It's reverse painted. And it was originally $70, but it was half off, of course, and I paid $35. It's supposed to look like a ship's wheel. It's got a reverse painted globe with a compass on it with different ships. Very, very coastal. I absolutely love it. It does have some issues, like if we look here, it's dented a little bit. But, I mean, vintage isn't vintage if it doesn't have some kind of flaw, right? So I went ahead and bought this for $35. I tried to do some quick research while I was in the store, and I just couldn't find anything at the time. But I loved it, so I went ahead and bought it, and I felt $35 was really fair. And when I did my research finally, I was able to find one very similar to it with a different design on the globe, and it sold for over $300. Isn't that crazy? Now I am going to have to find a way to tighten the little posts on the ends here, but I don't think that that'll be too much of a problem. So yeah, that was definitely worth buying for $35. Hopefully I can get $300. Even if I get $200, I'll still be happy because I only invested $35 again. And this is the only other piece I got at the one antique mall. It was only $2. It's just a Shamrock St. Patty's Day hanky. Never been used. It still has the all cotton tag on it. And it's just got really cool different designs and images of, you know, Irish culture, St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, just a really neat piece. Can you imagine framing one of these up in like a floating frame and then being able to hang it up on the wall and display it for St. Patty's Day? How cool would that be? Because I could never blow my nose in something like this. Okay, so we are taking a look at the last 3 items that I picked up at the very last antique mall I visited on this day. I spent about a total of $39 and change. And this is the first item that I picked up. It was in a booth where everything was 50% off if it wasn't marked firm. And this wasn't, so I was able to get this for $5. It's a bottle brush tree brooch, and it's got mercury bead ornaments in it. Oops. The pin itself is marked Japan, this part, the metal part that clips onto your shirt. And I just thought that that would be a really cool piece to add to my junk jar. So I was excited to find that. Now this mirror right here, I actually bought the exact same one at this exact same antique mall a few years ago for about $3. Maybe it was like $2 or $3. This one I paid $10 for. And I think I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I might try to resell it and maybe just pay for my last item that I will be sharing with you all in just a minute here. So I will see what that goes for. It's in overall very good shape for its age. I mean, if this is from the 30s or 40s, this is in pretty darn good shape, I should say. But I love that look of the lady. I love her dress. I love her hair. Very, very Art Deco, very Art Nouveau looking. So that was $10. A little bit more than I probably should have spent on it, but it was still a pretty decent price, I would say. So I couldn't say no to that. Okay, and my last item for this haul is probably one of the coolest. I'm not exactly sure who makes this, but I absolutely love it. I believe it's from the 50s or 60s. It's that rubber-coated spaghetti pitcher and tumbler set. I think I have a much smaller pitcher than the one that I found this past weekend? May have been. But yeah, I've not seen these, and I don't think I have them, so I had to have the set. And it was $24. I think it basically, I saved the tax on this item. It was like $24, And then, with tax, it's like $25.44. But I saved 5% because I was paying with a debit card. So, yeah, it's still a really good set. I'm very happy to own the tumblers because I don't have these colors, the green and the blue and the pink. I've never seen the pink ones before. Anytime I find them, I usually come across the yellow ones. But I was really, really happy to have this. So that is everything that I would like to share with you all today. Let me know down below in the comments section, what were your favorite items? So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Be sure and check me out on Instagram, the link to it is down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!